Solana value equivalent to $175 or $2 a coin. The present exchange cost range $170.28, $178.36. The earlier day close $175.17. The change was 0.1509%. Backwards rate ICE to Sol. Dollar to Solana conjecture for June 2024. Before all else cost at 645 coins. Excessive cost 725, while lows at 633. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 670. The ICE to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 676. Change for June 4.8%. ICE to Sol expectation for July 2024. In the first place, cost at 676 coins. Exorbitant cost 676, while lows at 5043. They found the middle value of cost 619. The ICE to Sol gauge toward the month's end Z581. Change for July 14.1%. Dollar to Solana gauge for August 2024. Initially cost at 581 coins. Excessive costs of 581, while lows and 467. The arrived at the midpoint of cost of 532. The ICE to Sol figure toward the month's end of 500. Change for August 13.9%. ICE to Sol expectation for September 2024. Initially cost at 500 coins. Excessive cost 500, while lows in 403. The arrived at the midpoint of costs of 459. The ICE to Sol gauge toward the month's ends of 4031. Change for September 13.8%. Dollar to Solana gauge for October 2024. To start with cost at 431 coins. Exorbitant cost on 431, while lows 0.72. They found the middle value of cost 0.48. The ICE to Sol gauge toward the month's ends 0.98, change for October 7.7%. ICE to Sol expectation for November 2024. At the outset cost at 0.98 coins. Excessive costs of 4.12, while lows in 30.58. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 3.88. The ICE to Sol conjecture toward the month's ends of 83, change for November 3.8%. Dollar to Solana conjecture for December 2024. At the outset cost at 383 coins. Excessive costs 383, while lows in 309. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 3.51. The ICE to Sol estimate toward the month's ends at 3.30, change for December 13.8%. ICE to Sol expectation for January 2025. First and foremost cost at 330 coins. Exorbitant cost 347, while lows 301. They found the middle value of cost 25. The ICE to Sol estimate toward the month's end 23, change for January 1%. Dollar to Solana estimate for February 2025. Before all else cost at 23 coins. Excessive costs 0.40, while lows on 296. They arrived at the midpoint of costs at 319. The ICE to Sol figure toward the month's end 316, change for February 2%. ICE to Sol expectation for Walk 2025. First and foremost cost at 3 to 16 coins. Excessive costs on 17, while lows on 275. They arrived at the midpoint of costs at 381. The ICE to Sol figure toward the month's ends on 295, change for spring 6%. Dollar to Solana figure for April 2025. Initially cost at 2 to 95 coins. Excessive cost on 315, while lows on 274. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 294. The ICE to Sol figure toward the month's ends on 293, change for April's on 7%. ICE to Sol expectation for May 2025. To start with cost at 293 coins. Exorbitant costs 9, while lows on 269. They found the middle value of costs on 290. The ICE to Sol gauge toward the month's ends on 287, change for May 2%. Dollar to Solana gauge for June 2025. At the outset cost at 287 coins. Excessive costs on 287, while lows in 231. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 263. The ICE to Sol conjecture toward the month's ends on 248, change for June 13.6%. ICE to Sol expectation for July 2025. At the outset cost at 248 coins. Excessive costs on 256, while lows on 223. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 241. The ICE to Sol conjecture toward the month's ends on 238, change for July 4%. Dollar to Solana estimate for August 2025. First and foremost cost at 238 coins. exorbitant costs 305, while lows in 238. They found the middle value of cost point to 66. The US to Sol estimate toward the month's ends into an 83, change for August 18.9%. US to Sol expectation for September 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.283 coins. Excessive cost 23.11, while lows on 270. The arrived at the midpoint of costs on 288. The US to Sol figure toward the month's ends into an 89, change for September 1%. Dollar to Solana figure for October 2025. Before all else cost at 289 coins. Excessive costs on 295, while lows on 256. The arrived at the midpoint of costs on 279. The US to Sol figure toward the month's ends on 274, change for October 2%. US to Sol expectation for November 2025. Before all else cost at 274 coins. Exorbitant costs at 50, while lows in 274. They found the middle value of cost to 306. The US to Sol gauge toward the month's ends 0.26, change for November 19%. Dollar to Solana gauge for December 2025. In the first place, cost at 326 coins. Exorbitant costs 326, while lows at 262. They found the middle value of costs on 299. The US to Sol gauge toward the month's ends on 281, change for December 13.8%. US to Sol expectation for January 2026. Initially cost at 281 coins. Excessive costs are 360, while lows on 281. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 214. The US to Sol figure toward the month's ends 0.34, change for January 18.9%. Dollar to Solana figure for February 2026. Initially cost at 334 coins. Excessive cost 429, while lows at 34. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.74. The US to Sol figure toward the month's ends in 98, change for February 19.2%. US to Sol expectation for Walk 2026. To start with cost at 398 coins. Exorbitant costs on 510, while lows in 398. They found the middle value of costs on 445. The US to Sol gauge toward the month's ends on 474, change for spring 19.1%. Dollar to Solana gauge for April 2026. To start with cost at 474 coins. Excessive costs on 474, while lows at 82. The arrived at the midpoint of costs on 435. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's ends on 408, change for April 13.9%. US to Sol expectation for May 2026. In the first place, cost at 408 coins. Exorbitant costs on 446, while lows on 388.